All right, welcome back from an ad break. We will continue with our application questions under the topic impact of recent legislations on businesses. So, like I've mentioned, we're focusing on only two legislation for today, which is your BCA and your COIDA. We finished with the BCA questions. Last before break, we went on break. We did BCA, so we're going to continue now where we left off, and then we'll move on to the COIDA questions. Right, it says here, identify the type of leave provision stipulated in the BCA that Quick Shoe Store complied with in each statement below. Let's read the statements and be able to identify the type of leave. Right. The first one is an employee is entitled to 10 consecutive days after the birth of his or her child, irrespective of gender. 10 consecutive days after the birth of his or her child, irrespective of the gender. So now, what is the type of leave provision? It's basically here, the type of leave provision for this. So just think about it, and then I'm going to the second one. It says here, Zodwa, the production manager, brought a medical certificate for taking 3 days off to recover from flu. So meaning he was entitled to this leave. He came back with the documentation to say, this is why I was absent. The last one says, John, the financial clerk, was given permission to take 5 days off work to attend to his sick mother. So this was his mother, very close. So what you need to do, you need to identify the type of leave provision stipulated in the BCA. So meaning the first thing that you need to understand is that we've got the types of leaves as the provision of what? Of the BCA. So from the types of leaves now, you now need to identify from these scenarios rather to say which type of leave is applicable here or what is it that they're talking about. Right, let's read again. An employee is entitled to 10 consecutive days, so that is your keyword first, after the birth of his or her child, irrespective of the gender. So what do you think the answer is? All right, so yes, you got that one correct. So the answer is, what is the answer? The answer is yes, that is parental leave. That is the correct answer. Remember, it says that in the legislation under parental leave that you are entitled to 10 consecutive days after the birth of his or her child, irrespective of the gender. Right, and then now we go to the second one. It says Zodwa, the production manager, brought a medical certificate for taking 3 days off to recover from flu. Now, this one is simple, very, very, very simple. We've got keywords. The first keywords here, or keyword is medical certificate. The second one, took 3 days off to recover from flu. Now we understand that it means Zodwa was sick. So what is that? So this is, you got that one correct. So that is your sick leave. I hope you understand. Right, let's move on to the last one. John, the financial clerk, was given permission to take 5 days off work to attend to his sick mother. So that is also another keyword, or we've got keywords rather. So you are given 5 days, even though you have, maybe you can have less than 5 days, but you were given 5 days off work to attend to his sick mother, not friend, but sick mother. So what is that leave provision? That's correct. So that is your family. You got that one right. Responsibility leave. So can you see how simple this is? Very, 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 very simple. So you just need to identify the keywords and understand, put that in context, then voila, you are fine, good to go. Right, let's move on to the next question. It says here, read the scenario below and answer the questions that follow. Petco Manufacturers, PM, specializes with custom-made door frames. PM promotes safety in the workplace by allowing employees who are injured while on duty to claim for the compensation. Right, the first question says, identify the act that is applied by PM in the scenario. In the scenario, they're not saying identify acts in general, but from the scenario. The second question says, explain another positive impact. Can you see here? It says positive, not just impact, but you're being told a positive impact of the act that is identified in A. So meaning if the identification here is incorrect, definitely the next question is going to be incorrect. Advise PM on ways to comply with the act that is identified in A. Again, if your A is incorrect, B is going to be incorrect as well as C. So we don't want that. So we're going to go through that again, and then so that we understand. I'm sorry, I've just given you the answer. It's fine. So identify the act that is applied. So let's see. Yes, that is the Compensation for Occupational Injuries and Diseases Act. And then, but how do we know? They spoke about safety. They promote safety in the workplace by allowing employees who are injured while on duty to claim for compensation. So that was just a giveaway, don't you think? Yes. So the second question says, explain other positive impacts of the act identified in A. So it promotes safety in the workplace. Employees do not contribute towards the fund. Only the employers contribute. So it's good for employees. They just work and comply with the legislation and do as they are told without contributing anything towards this legislation. The next question says, advise PM on ways to comply with the act identified. So how do we comply with the act? Remember, if we do not comply, it means we're going to be punished. There are penalties. So we have ways in which we can comply in order for us to avoid these penalties. So what can we do? We can register with the Compensation Commissioner and provide the particulars of the business. That is the first thing that we can do. The second thing that we can do is to report all the accidents that are causing injuries of employees. That needs to be done so that they can be compensated. So all the investigations, thorough investigations can take place. Then lastly, levies must be paid to the compensation fund. I hope you understood everything because I understand and I had fun teaching all this. So for now, we're going to go on a quick break. And then when we come back, we wrap up everything. I'll see you just now.